Hello, just a quick one on setting up for recording vocals. I'm doing this because I've got a vocalist coming in very soon and I have to do it anyway. So I thought I'd try and throw in a quick video on it. So first thing you want to do is try and find your quietest and most acoustically dead space. By acoustically dead, I mean there's no sound reflections or echo or reverb. When I say no is almost impossible. It is impossible. But try and find your quietest space. I have in my studio these absorbing panels, which I like to put my vocalist next to. You might have something like that in one of your schoolrooms, or if you're in a classroom and don't have a lot of choice, you might have a reflection filter, which is kind of like a device that you can put around the back of a microphone to stop reflections from coming in behind. If not, just try and find sort of the least reverberant space that you can record in, and make sure it's nice and quiet. For your microphone choice, you're going to want to use a large diaphragm condenser. Basically the best microphone you can get your hands on. If like this one, it's got a switchable polar patterns, make sure you select cardioid, the unidirectional forward-facing setting, and this mic also has a high pass filter built into it. I like to turn those on for vocals. You're not going to want any of the content that cuts out, kind of, I don't know exactly, somewhere around 100 hertz, and it helps prevent rumbles that might come through the stand, through the floor, through the movement of feet, or just kicking the stand. You can't see that, but I was demonstrating kicking the stand down there. So get your large diaphragm condenser and put it in a suspension cradle. Your microphone, most microphones come with suspension cradles. That type of Neumann's don't. You have to buy other ones. So, or buy those ones, buy their own ones for enormous amounts of money. In any case, this is a third-party cradle. What a suspension cradle does, it isolates the microphone on normally elastic, on these little sort of elasticated things, from the outside. So obviously the stand is attached there and the microphone is pretty much free to move. And again, that's to prevent rumbles and knocks and unwanted noises coming through and shaking the capsule. So we'll attach the suspension cradle and then place your microphone in it. Again, you're using a cardioid microphone, so make sure you place it so the company logo or whatever dot or guide that they give you on the microphone is facing forwards and you don't end up singing into the back of the microphone. Attach microphone, attach XLR that I've already threaded up around, I had already threaded up around the stand. That's connected through my wall box onto my best preamp as well. And I like to place the microphone so that, this is already pretty good actually, so that your singer is slightly looking up into it. This helps open up, lift the chin, open up the airwaves, and generally gives a better performance from the vocalist. It's a very minor thing, but if you can help them, do. You might see a lot actually, you might see a lot of photographs of microphones for the singers being hung upside down. That's exactly the same reason. It's psychological really. Makes no difference, but you're holding the microphone up, you will make your singer lift their chin and open up those airwaves. It also looks pretty good, good in photographs, and actually that sounds like a joke, but that matters to a singer. Everything that, confidence to a singer who might be a bit nervous, might not have recorded before, is probably a classmate of yours. If it looks good, they can feel good about it, and that ultimately comes into the performance. So you might see a lot of hung microphones. Also gives a bit more freedom of movement if you're on a boom for the arms. Then you'll need a pop filter. What a pop filter does is prevent the plosive sounds, the P's and the B's, or any bigger gusts of wind that will come out of a mouth from directly hitting the capsule. If you go puh, 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 like this, you won't feel those on your hand, other than puh, puh. If put your hand in front of your mouth and make a P sound, you'll feel that air hitting your hand. When that hits the capsule, it overloads it, it just goes like that, and that can be incredibly difficult to remove from recording. Preferably just use a pop filter and you won't have that problem. This pop filter is designed to attach to this cradle. Most will have like an arm that you attach somewhere convenient on the stand and move around. They'll inevitably never quite sit where you want them. You end up fighting with them for ages. And that's why I like this one, because you can do that. I said that, I got slightly placed wrong, so it's stuck out. There we go, tighten that up there. Place your pop filter 2 inches, 3 inches in front of the microphone. That also prevents the singer from getting right close. It's not a stage microphone. We don't want your singer basically touching it. A couple of inches is fine for a minimum. That sounds really intimate and close if you've got a verse or something that's like that. In fact, the whole song could be like that. Or if you think about the song, if your singer is belting loud notes, they're going to want to be more of a distance away. Not because the microphone won't take it, it will, but because it will sound weird to have like something really intimate, really, really loud. It's kind of instinctual when you hear it. And then last thing to consider are your headphones. You're going to want to use a pair of closed back headphones. You can get closed back and open back headphones. You can tell closed backs because there'll be no holes behind here, but on the back of the speakers. And that prevents the sound coming out. Open back headphones can sound really nice because their speakers are freer to move, but the sound from outside is basically just as loud as the sound on inside. A set of closed back headphones, these are Beyerdynamic DT100s. They're classic headphones really. They don't sound that good, but what they do is they keep the sound inside them. And that's important because your singer's going to be, well, let's have a look. Here, I mean, in terms of distance, that's, you know, less than a foot away from the microphone, and you don't want to record the spill from here. Especially the click track. If there's a little, and there probably will be a little bit of spill from kick drums and bass instruments especially, that doesn't matter too much because when it gets into a mix, those kick drums and bass instruments will be there, kind of masking any spill you get on the vocals. But click tracks, turn them off for vocalists, unless obviously there might be moments where your vocalist has to keep time themselves, in which case then you put it in as quietly as you can, as the singer can still handle it. I've ruined a couple of recordings by having a click track too loud, and it comes over the very quiet notes at the end of the song and you hear a beep boop bop and it's horrible. So watch out for your click tracks, use closed back headphones. And that's it, other than possibly you might have a reflection filter around here. So thanks for watching, hope that's been useful.